Hi everybody, this is Beth McCullough and I blog at stampingmom.com. I wanted to show you today how to make these cute little fudge boxes. Jean and I handed these out at OnStage in Lansing, Michigan 2 weeks ago, and then Steve and I handed out more on our trip to Georgia last week. Before we get started with that, I thought I'd show you what my Thanksgiving guests get tomorrow. I'm hosting Thanksgiving at my house, and they get these beautiful fudge boxes. This is made with the pizza box that Stampin' Up sells. And then inside is just about a 3-inch by 3-inch square of fudge. So I cut it and keep it in one piece and wrap it in saran wrap. It stays good that way. And then you can decorate these boxes any way you want. And here's what we have for tomorrow. Grateful for you every day. So these will actually be on the Thanksgiving table at the place settings. So anyway, here's the cute box for today. It uses the Stampin' Up Birds of a Feather stamp set. You might remember I used this turkey for my Thanksgiving invitations. I did the little duck at Halloween time. Now this is the bird on the fudge box, and you can see what's going to be next. We'll have a rooster with a heart coming up for Valentine's Day, I'm sure. But these boxes are cute and easy to make and quite fun, so I'm going to show you how to do it. Here's the template, and I will put the measurements below in the comments. I called this a bird box. You need a piece of cardstock that's 4 inches by 7 inches. And we're going to score in both directions, and I will show you how to do that. So this piece is 4 inches by 7 inches, and then on the long side, I wonder if you can see this. Yep, I think you can. We're going to score at 1 inch, 3, 4, and 6. And then turn it the other direction, and you're going to score at 1 inch and 3 inches. So it's really pretty easy directions. Then you're going to use your paper snips and cut. Of course, I had them here a minute ago. We're going to cut on one end. It's the same on both sides, so it doesn't matter. But you're just going to cut out this corner square. And do that on both sides. I bet you in the United States are all getting ready for your Thanksgivings too. So you can see on here, these two squares are all that we cut away. Now take your bone folder, and we're going to burnish all the score lines going in every direction. I find it easier to do that before I cut. So this morning we had Keegan busy making strawberry pretzel salad, and Abby made, we call it board mix. It's actually almond bark, M&Ms, peanuts, and we now use rice checks because they're gluten-free. It's just a treat that we always have for the holidays. So now what I'm doing is cutting up here and then notching. So you're cutting up to the first score line, and do that on both sides. And then you just cut this little wedge. The box just goes together a little easier if you do the wedge. And we'll get rid of those. And now on the bottom, so here's the top flap. On the bottom, I'm going to cut up the flaps in the other direction. I feel like it just makes the box a little stronger. I'm going to cut up to the first score line and notch it out. And then do the same thing on this side. Now there's only one other thing to do for the box, and that is to corner around each of these corners. And you can see here how this matches the template. I'll put a picture of the template in the comments also, and let me know if you have any questions as we go along. Hello, Angie Boyd. I am so glad to see you're here. Okay, so on this piece, all I did was corner around the 4 edges. Now I'm going to put adhesive on. I like to use the box adhesive, tear-in tape. And on this bottom piece, I put 1 row along the seam and another row here. And I like to use a paper piercer to get this tape off. In fact, we'll move this all together because we don't need this anymore. Here we go. So I told all my young adult kids that are home, go find something to do. Don't let the dogs bark. Let's be really quiet while I do this. So we'll see how that goes. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm just lining up the corners to make nice square corners for that. And then for these flaps, I put the adhesive on the back side. So again, just take your paper piercer and get off that layer. Of tear-in tape. So if you're watching, I would love to hear what you're making for Thanksgiving, because if you're not hosting, I bet you're still making something to take someplace. So let me know what you're taking. I am making turkey and ham, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes. My friend is making us her yummy sausage stuffing. And a lot of that I have made already. I actually did the potatoes last night. The sweet potatoes aren't done yet. Okay, so I've taken the adhesive off, and now what I'm going to do, can you see that, is again just square up this corner here and then pinch it together. And do the same thing on the other side. Of course, the flaps go on the inside of the box. We're just going to square this out. If you're watching the replay, I'd like to hear what you're making too. And if you don't live in the US and you're not celebrating Thanksgiving today, just tell me what you are up to. I'd love to hear. Okay, so the bottom of the box is done. Then you need the fudge. If you watched last week, Steve told us how he made his fudge. This is about a 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 square. I just pop it in. The corner rounded edges make it easier to go in here, except when I'm on camera. There you go. Now this top part, I did Bermuda Bay, and that layer is 1 14/16 or 1 7/8. I'll show you that. Okay, so the littlest tick marks are 16ths, and we're 2 little tick marks away from 2 inches to get that Bermuda Bay layer. So it's 1 14/16 or 1 7/8, however you want to look at that. Then for the white layer, we need that a little bit smaller, so it's 11/16. So what you can do is go to 1 1/2 and then go 3 tick marks past that. If you have any questions about the measurements, let me know. So then I stamped using Memento ink. Whenever you use the blends, you want to use Memento ink. And then for the markers, to color in the bird, I use dark pineapple punch. And as you can see, you want to kind of go darker around the edges, go darker where you see shading on the stamp. It just makes it look more watercolored. I did the star with Bermuda Bay in dark. And then I don't know if this will show up, but it's shimmery. I took the shimmery crystal effects, it's in the holiday catalog, and put it just on the star. The little beak here is done with dark pumpkin pie. And the hat, I used both light and dark real red. You can see it's darker here, lighter in the middle. And this puff paint is awesome. This is also in the holiday catalog. It's called Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. And what you do is you just put a little string, a little dot of the puff paint, and heat it with your heat tool, like your heat embossing, and it puffs up. Super cute. You can tell on this one. It adds a lot of dimension. So anyway, that is how you make these cute little fudge boxes. And again, here's my bigger fudge boxes for the Thanksgiving table. But if you have any questions, leave them below and let me know what you're making for Thanksgiving. And I will be back next week at noon. And I love having you come join me. So have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.